he's got a gun. I'll admit my first moment of thought was he's got a gun, doesn't he? This is the story of how I got out of the way of the white Bronco. It's a true story, the same as all the other sometimes wild things that have happened to me. They just happen. What can I say? It's a painful example, though, of how I don't always recognize a big story when I see it. But who knew? Who knew that what looked like maybe a routine police chase in Los Angeles would turn out to be a national phenomenon and lead to the so-called trial of the century? The date, I looked it up, was June 17th, 1994, and I was getting off a plane at the Los Angeles airport on assignment. I was running because the plane was late. Isn't it always? And the bar was filled with people screaming and looking at television. And I thought, well, no, what? It's always the case, nothing unusual. But when I got in the cab and took off for the Four Seasons Hotel in Beverly Hills, the driver told me with excitement in his voice, he's running. I said, what? What are you talking about? He said, OJ is running. It was, in fact, the famous white Bronco slow speed chase when OJ Simpson failed to turn himself in to police and was slowly crossing the city with hordes of police cars in pursuit. Attempting to quieten the cab driver down, I said, well, he can't get away. What's the point of him running? I mean, aren't there dozens of police cars behind him? Now, in defense of my thinking, in Los Angeles, there's a police chase on the 11 o'clock news every night, nothing unusual. As it turned out, this case resulted in the famous double murder case, which has been in the news and remains in the news 20 years later. Now it is the subject of a 10-part television series, which began last Tuesday and stars Cuba Gooding Jr. as O.J. Simpson. I got to the hotel. Sally Field was there in tears. The whole world seemed to be interested in this. Now, I had no idea that this chase was being broadcast back to Virginia Beach. I thought it was still a local story, so I got a limousine, which had a television set in the back seat. So I'm riding along looking at this, and the driver says, we can see him. He's headed this way. In 10 minutes, he'll be crossing Interstate 404. Let's go down there and see him pass. It was clear that he was excited. He was persistent. He said, let's pull the car across the exit, and he won't be able to get off here. He's headed for his house in Brentwood. We could block the exit. I didn't think this was a good idea. He's got a gun, I said. No, I don't think that would be a good idea. So no, ladies and gentlemen, I did not see the white Bronco. We did not pull the car across and block OJ's exit. Somehow, I don't regret not seeing the white Bronco, but it remains one of the most famous police flights in history. The case has always played like a TV movie. Now, in fact, it is a TV movie.